Hello guys, my name is GrumpyJellyfish from GreenTorchGaming, and today I'll be reviewing the PKP Pecheneg from BF4. So even though I rarely play with the support class, I wanted to find my personal best of the LMGs. Honestly, it took me time searching for it because of the difference from other rifles, but it paid off at the end. I found my best one, it was Pecheneg. I have to admit, on the first look I thought this weapon was a total mess because of its fire rate, hip fire accuracy, reload time, but when I started playing with the PKP more often, I started unlocking the proper attachments for it. Then I said, wait, this gun is awesome. I don't see it as perfect because all rifles have their ups and downs, but the best thing about a PKP is its damage. Most of the LMGs have maximum damage of 25 and minimum of 18, which means you have to put 6 rounds in your enemy to take them down with a slow fire rate weapon like the LMGs. That's not the case with the M240B and the PKP. Their maximum damage is an amazing 34 and their minimum is 25. That means you can take down enemies with 4 shots on all distances, and that fact by itself is just amazing. Instantly I knew one of these is going to be my best. So I could choose between the PKP and the M240B. I chose the PKP. The reason I will explain later in the video. As I said earlier, the PKP has minimum damage of 25, which is great for setting up a stationary position and spraying the enemies with pure death. The way how I was playing with it is that I just use it for a holding point, an example in domination on an objective, and keeping it safe from the opponents. Because of its slow fire rate, that is 600 rounds per minute, I just couldn't run around with it like it's some kind of a assault rifle or carbine, and the reason is that you'll get instantly killed with a higher fire rate weapon. But if you get in that position, just try to aim to the head, and then if you're precise enough, you can get a headshot and then maybe a body shot. That will drop down the enemy. So let's move on to the stats. As I earlier said, the PKP has 600 rounds per minute, which is actually good because of its high damage. If they had put 650 or 700 rounds per minute, this gun would be overpowered. So I actually think it's better for balancing purposes that it has 600. The PKP's reload time is a long 5.5 seconds, which is not too bad but not too good either because of its high round capacity, which is 100. I have to admit that I had problems with reloading on the PKP and the LMGs overall because I'm used to a faster reload rifle. Was the case with the assault rifles and the carbines, though this is a perfect way to practice when to reload, because if you reload at the wrong time or the wrong place, you'll get killed. For its recoil, the PKP and the M240B, the other 34 damage LMG, have one of the biggest recoils in comparison to other LMGs. The PKP at 0.55 and the M240B at 0.6. The PKP has a pretty bad horizontal recoil, which is 0.4 to left and right. That means that the PKP's horizontal recoil is impossible to compensate. Because of its same recoil for right and left, you can't predict where will it drag, so it will go right left all the time. But you can improve your shooting with a little trick I'll talk about later. Now, after I told you the bad things about the PKP and its awful recoil, reload and other things, the PKP is one of the best fair shot recoil multipliers in the game at 0.65. Now, with this awesome fact and the bad horizontal recoil, the best way to kill enemies is tap firing. And when you start tap firing, your world of LMGs will completely change. Shoot an approximate 2 to 3 bullets and then wait a blink of an eye and then shoot again. I remember a lot of times when I was just wiping enemy squads like that, so remember that tactic. Let's move on to the spread of this weapon. The spread increase is 0.116, which is a downside of the rifle, but it's better than the other 34 damage LMG, the M240B, with spread increase at 0.126. Its aim downside spread while not moving is 0.3 and when moving 2.0. As you maybe know, the LMGs have an awful hip fire accuracy, while the PKP has one of the better ones at 4.5, while the M240B has a huge 5.5. Now let's move on to the attachments. For the first slot, it's your personal preference. I like the Cobra sight the most for its easy to see reticle. For the second slot, choose between the magnifier and the laser sight. I use the laser sight for better hipfire accuracy. In the third slot, you can choose between the muzzle brake, compensator, and the heavy barrel. The muzzle brake will improve your vertical recoil but decrease your accuracy. I think the muzzle brake is a total waste of accuracy because you can easily compensate the vertical recoil by tap firing. As for the compensator, which improves your horizontal recoil but decreases your accuracy, and the heavy barrel, which improves your accuracy but increases your vertical recoil, it's again your personal preference. What will you choose? In the video you will see me playing both, with the heavy barrel and the compensator. And the last but not the least, the fourth slot. You can choose between the stubby grip and the bipod. If you went with the heavy barrel, take the stubby grip. As if you went with the compensator, you could try both and see with what you will play better. If you try a bipod along with a magnifier, you can drop enemies even on long distances, so it's a deadly combination. So overall, the PKP Pecheneg is a great gun, very interesting and challenging to play with it. But with not a lot of practice, it could become a beast. So that's all for today, guys. Please smash that like button, comment and subscribe for more on BF4.